All right, and we are live in 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to the MBA Litmus channel. And today we have somebody very, very special. We have Tanvi joining us here from SIBM Pune. Tanvi has been part of MBA Litmus. She was part of our study group, our classroom program last year, and so amazing. She had a snap score of 99.55. Pardon me if I'm 0.05 here or there, but I think pretty much on the right mark, and you see her right now at the topmost college, which is SIBM Pune. So, Tanvi, welcome back and welcome to the MBA Litmus channel. Hoping to have a very fruitful conversation, and most importantly, for all the people who do not know, she had a very, a very, very amazing story in terms of struggle, in terms of what all happened in CAT. A lot of people preparing for CAT, right? And it's one day, and anything can happen on Monday. So it's a very, very amazing story, a roller coaster ride which we are going to effectively embark upon. And here Tanvi's story, let us quickly start by welcoming Tanvi. How are you doing today, and how's SIBM treating you?
Thank you for the introduction, sir. And I would say you summed up pretty how my journey was. It was almost a roller coaster, I would say. And yes, I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good as well. And SIPM has been treating me really, really well, I would say.
So amazing. In fact, I told Chirag was on the channel
Mhm.
a couple of weeks back. I told Chirag he was putting on a little weight. Maybe is SIBM also hectic?
Definitely, sir.
Yeah.
You,
So
when you told us that you will get only 3 to 4 hours of sleep, I would say at that moment of time, we thought maybe you're just exaggerating that fact. But experiencing that, I would say you're not.
absolutely. And in fact, a lot of people who are, who would be watching this, and a lot of people who are going to be watching this in the future. Then we let us quickly start a little bit about your background. Before MBA, how did the journey started? Was it during graduation? That you thought of MBA. So, what was talk a little bit about your pre-MBA journey? What was your pre-MBA like?
Sure, sir. So I would say my background is very diverse, eclectic in a way you can say. I did my graduation in science. I did it BSc Honors Food Technology from Delhi University. And after that, I would say I diverted the field. I got more interested into the creative aspect. I was part of my college fashion society. So I would say that was kind of a motivation wherein I became the creative head, handled the social media aspect. So that's where I got interested, pursued digital marketing after that. And before coming here, I almost had a working of about an year as a social media manager. So that's where my journey started. And I would say after digital marketing, marketing seemed like a perfect way to advance in my career.
Understood. So, you did 1 year, and then you got through SIPM, which is like a good I think it's a good move primarily. Getting into a top school. Then how would you say your academics were, even if you do not want to, let's say, talk about your grades, but do you look at your pre-MBA grades? Because a lot of people, what they have in mind is for somebody, let's say, getting into a top B school, whether it is an IIM, whether it is an SIBM or an XLRI or an FMS, we have this fear in our mind, uh, to say that I do not have such great academics. How can I really be a part of such great institution? So, how was it in your case?
Um, so I would say that my academics are pretty good. They're
Oh,
not bad at all. I have a profile of 998. So in my case, it's a good
good.
profile. But I could definitely say that academics do not matter at all. I have my batchmates who who have a mixed set of academics and they're still here. I
So,
would say academics do not
do
matter.
do people
It's
like 777 get into SIBM Pune? Uh,
definitely so.
yes,
Yes.
perfect.
And it's not about the fact that what are your academics, it's how you present yourself, how you're communicating, how you are as a person. And this, if they see potential in you, I would say you can definitely get through any exam, any GDPR process.
Understood. So overall, all the people who do not have, very high grades also have a good opportunity. Then we talk,
Definitely.
if you could talk a little bit about that entire, emotional, doldrum which happened, this entire, you know, cat and what happened after cat, and then, the entire snap journey. A lot of people would sort of, let go, give up, or, maybe lose hope. How did you really manage that? For example, the entire, so, first, if you could talk about cat scenario, what happened? A lot of people would want to know that.
Definitely. Uh, I prepared for, last year I prepared, I joined search classes. But I would say the day when I sat for CAT was not my day. I scored a really low score in CAT. It was below 70 percentile, if you want to know. So, and below 70 percentile, I wouldn't say you'll get even a tier two college for that matter through CAT. So I felt dejected, hopeless, but I knew that I had prepared well enough to maybe go through another exam. It was a tough time, to say the least, that, when you faced one rejection, go ahead giving the same exam and sitting for that process again. It's really tough. And to motivate yourself, there's nothing you can do except for the fact that if you have internal motivation and you know that you can do well, that's the only thing that kept me going, I would say. And I I would say I regrouped after CAT, knew that I knew during the CAT preparation, I knew my basics were kind of sorted. And the only factor that I want to, work more upon would be exam pattern. So I regrouped, focused where I was lacking or where I need to work more upon during the SNAP preparation, because it's kind of a different exam pattern. It's a tough exam wherein you need more speed, more accuracy compared to CAT as well. So I focused more on that aspect and I prepared hard, and that's where I got through.
Brilliant. I think you have described it very simply, Tanvi, but very honestly, it's not simple. There's for somebody who's been putting in efforts, we've, been connecting in the journey. We had connected so many one-on-one sessions also. And obviously, I remember you from the last year as one of those people who are very committed, dedicated, putting in their efforts, absolutely restless, running around like headless chicken, I have to get it, I have to get it done, etc. And when things don't go your way, when a lot of these sessions when we have is we keep inviting people who are like toppers and do very very well. Obviously, you are a topper yourself as well. But the entire cat thing effectively plays so importantly on the psychology of students. A lot of people are so dejected that they can't lift their pen again. They can't lift they can't concentrate. They can't think of anything for very very long time. Take an entire season to effectively bounce back. I think your example is such an amazing and such an important example for anybody. I think it's an epitome of bounce back. I think nobody knows bouncing back better than you do, and therefore it was very important to do this session with you for all the people who are here. And one thing which I can tell everybody is that prepare very very hard, prepare very very well, give your head and heart to it, but at the same time remember it's very very important to plan your the other elements also, plan the other exams also, like Tanvi did. See, she did very very well in snap, got a 99.55. Tanvi, somebody who did score less than 70 percentile, did it seem possible at that point in time that maybe I can get a 99.55 in snap? Did you imagine that? How did it happen? What all went in your head?
I would say at that moment when I saw my result of CAT, I already had an inkling that maybe I will get a little less in CAT because my DLR section didn't go that well. So I already had a inkling maybe I wouldn't be able to clear it, or maybe I wouldn't even get into a decent enough college to do an MBA, because everyone has a dream. Maybe we'll get into an IIM, and that's the main goal. But I would say, ki, you just have to keep going. And if you believe in yourself and you know that you can do it, and if you have studied hard, I've, during the process, the whole CAT journey, I've seen lots of ups and downs. Maybe one time where I've not scored well enough in mocks, and wherein I consistently scored low marks, and a sudden dip, um, and a sudden high point. So I believe that kind of journey prepared me to go through after that. I honestly felt dejected, and for a few days, I would say. So, for example, after my CAT, last year, I believe CAT was on 26th or 27th, and my NMAT exam was on 2nd December. So, going for that process again after I knew that I've messed up really bad in CAT was a very difficult process, I would say. And only after 5 to 6, on 8th, I believe, was the first SNAP exam. So
Correct.
during that process and sitting for that exam again, studying again, felt really, really hard. But mm, all I can say is just if you believe in yourself and you know, you've done honest, good work, you've studied well, and you're putting in the effort, I believe you'll end up really good. You'll get at a good place wherein that is what is meant for you and, best suits your potential, I would say.
Yeah, when I actually, sort of when we had this conversation, the entire thing happened and we, kept connecting. And when we connected after, this amazing result came in and, it really, instilled my faith in the process. And this is something which I keep telling everybody. That anyone who really does it very honestly, certainly lands in a good B school. If you're doing it honestly, if you keep your ego aside and say that okay, these are some of the top exams, helping me get access into some of the top colleges in the country, I'm going to take a shot at each of these exams, give my best, and you will do that, no matter what. I think you are one of the very very amazing examples of that. And I must say, there is some, a sentence which I remember from this movie called Om Shanti Om, wherein Shahrukh Khan says कि हमारी फिल्मों की तरह हमारी रियल लाइफ में भी एंड में सब कुछ ठीक ही हो जाता है, हैप्पी इज एंडिंग्स. So I think
Yes.
obviously it's not the end, it's the beginning. You are in one of the top B schools. Uh, then we, if you could tell us a little bit about life at SIBM. How is life at SIBM? At one important update for all the viewers. She has a very very amazing, summers. Obviously, we cannot tell you the name right now of the company. Top secret, but obviously the stipends are absolutely amazing. I've already shared it with all of you in the groups. Okay. Tanvi, how's the life at SIBM? How do you guys spend your entire day at SIBM?
Say it's a mix of all the days. There are days when you are partying at night till 1 or maybe going out, and you come back and you have class at 8:30 in the morning, or if you have a guest lecture, then you have to wake up, go there. You're absolutely running. But and we live at a campus which is such a beautiful place. It's called Hilltop Heaven for a reason, I would say. The scenic
Absolutely.
beauty, the campus, and my hostel is almost a kilometer away from the academic block. So you're you're half asleep. You're running in the morning just to be there on the time. It's a tough part. And like you said, sir, during the preparation journey, the one thing you kept repeating was you won't get more than 4 hours of sleep. At that point of time, it seemed like how can we not get more than 4 hours of sleep? But right now, when I'm experiencing that, I'll say you were even exaggerating that you'll get 4 hours of sleep. At
Yeah.
some point of time, we were running only on 2, 3 hours of sleep at max. Even that felt like we should have put an all-nighter to do the all the things that we have on our plate at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. When I look at B schoolers, I remember how MS Dhoni used to play, right? Make take the game till the end, make the match a little difficult, and then effectively, it really becomes very interesting. At a point in time you have 80 runs required in 80 balls, make it 60 required in 40, and then hit a few fours and sixes. And that is how B schoolers also operate. Sometimes we make the things difficult ourselves by killing some time कि यार अभी तो ज्यादा टाइम है, काम कम है, थोड़ा टाइम वेस्ट करके थोड़ा इसको कम कर दिया जाए. But Tanvi, typically in the first year, what are the timings like? So, for example, you start with your day in terms of your classes at 8:30 in the morning, and then what's the duration of the classes like in the first year?
So I would say that SIBM Pune has a very different pattern, very different, I would say, from IIMs or maybe NMIMS as well, wherein we have a semester system. We have 2 semesters a year, wherein other colleges have a trimester. So in that aspect, we have pretty good 6 months for one. But uh, semester system also comes with a few cons. Like for example, we have almost 14 subjects in our first semester and attending all the classes. So typically my day on an average starts at around 8:30 to 9, wherein we already have to do our breakfast before that. And a particular duration of the class, the minimum duration I would say is 2 hours, 2 hours to 3 hours for a one subject, wherein uh, for now we have our classes till 7 most of the days at the
Mhm.
moment. Like for example, we have 3 classes or 4 classes a day, wherein if you have 3 classes, one class stretches for almost about 4 to 5 hours, and then 3 hours and 3 hours. Like that, we go about it. For as of now, this is my timeline and schedule. So it's pretty hectic. Then assignments pile upon. For example, even today, one of our assignments was of experiential learning, wherein we had to go in an industry, make a video, and tell about the operations process. So we're attending classes, then we're going out for the industry experiential learning process of ours, and then coming back, doing our assignments. We have a deadline tomorrow. I uh, I have a presentation tomorrow morning for one such assignment. So it's been pretty hectic. Some days are chill, I would say, wherein you'll experience all the fun activities.
Yeah.
Yesterday, even we had a Garba night in our college. So
Oh, so amazing. So,
yeah,
and in fact, I know you have also been participating in case competitions. You've been doing well
definitely.
also in some of the case competitions as well. So I think all of this keeps you all busy. How do you guys, chill out? Do you guys go to Lonavala or any of these at places around, or do you chill out at the campus? क्या कैसे करते हो आप लोग वहाँ पे?
So our campus is very beautiful. So a daily ritual, one of our ritual has become daily night strolls. We have one point called Aqua Point at night, and it's really beautiful throughout the day. It's a scenic point wherein you see the city, the landscape, so beautiful. For example, in the morning, you'll see clouds covering that place. In the afternoon, it's a wide area wherein you can see the city. In the night, you'll see the night lights. So
Oh,
So we'll go from our hostel to night stroll, just chill, have a conversation, play songs. So it's become a kind of a ritual for us. Other than that, we just go out in the city. For now, I've not explored the city a lot, or maybe not went to Lonavala till yet, but
mhm.
there are certainly plans that will go in the future.
Yeah.
Otherwise, our main chilling spot, if you want to unwind and just have a little bit of fun, we'll go to Hill Base, and there are two such restaurants or restaurant bars, so to say, wherein we just go hang out and chill. Otherwise, our campus is a really beautiful place, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's
And in fact,
almost enough
yeah, yeah,
for
in
us.
fact, also it's there on the Mumbai Pune highway. So if in case you have to go to the city, how do you decide whether it is going to be a Mumbai or a Pune? Do you like a toss a coin and then decide? How do you make a call कि इधर जाना है मुंबई की तरफ या आगे जाए पुणे की तरफ? What is it like? And obviously very very beautiful campus as you mentioned. All the drives that I had been taking from Mumbai to Pune as to watch the that that red light coming out that symbiosis board which is there. which is shines out and looks very very beautiful from the outside. मैंने कई बार ऐसे हाय भी किया, उधर से जवाब नहीं आता है, ठीक है, but great place. So yeah, how do you guys like sort of go to Mumbai more often, Pune, and for example research के लिए कहाँ जाते हो? I'm sure you do a lot of market research also. तो उसके लिए
So
पुणे जाते हो, मुंबई जाते हो, कैसे करते हो?
for now, we've been to Pune itself because our schedule does not allow us to go to Mumbai at the moment. We have surprised it, and it can happen any day at any moment of the time. And if you're stuck in the city and you're planning to go to Mumbai, then well, one can't take them. And taking that kind of a risk along with our schedule, and you have to maintain a certain kind of attendance as well.
Yeah.
So after maybe our external exams, we are planning to go out and explore the Mumbai side of it. But for now, we've been just stuck to Pune. And I will say, coming from Delhi, Pune's weather seems like heaven, I would say.
Yeah,
It's
Pune
such
has a
a
very
good
pretty.
weather.
Yes. And in fact,
I
Lonavala is also nearby. So maybe someday you guys can go to Lonavala, Khandala, Maganlal, Chikiwala, such amazing places to eat also. In fact, Tanvi, sort of pulling back from all the fun conversation that we've been having. If you could talk a little bit about the preparation journey. So now approximately
Mhm.
65 odd days, or a little less than that. How do you look at the preparation for a lot of people who, let's say, are starting right now? Do you believe it's a good time to prepare? Is it doable in this point in this amount of time that is there? How do you look at, balancing the preparation between cat and omits in the time to go as well?
So I would say, according to me, if you're going for cat, I believe if your head is in the game and you are very determined to go for it and you want to achieve or maybe get into good college, certainly you have enough time. And if you're dedicating certain amount of time, maybe I would say 5 hours to 6 hours a day, and you can be consistent till the point of your CAT exam, definitely you prepare and one can get through any exam. As for the differences between the exams like CAT and SNAP, if you're preparing well enough for CAT, I believe you are sorted for another exams. They are a little bit of different, but if you're getting your basics right and you are doing your basics on a consistent amount of time and putting in a lot of effort into getting those basics right, you'll be sorted enough for SNAP exam. For example, I didn't separately prepare for SNAP. What I had done for CAT I believe was enough to get me to a certain point. Obviously, you have to do a few more topics extra for these exams, and you have to work more on your speed and accuracy. That's the main issue in these kind of exams. All the omits, I would say, except for that. But if you're preparing for NMAT and SNAP, accuracy, speed is a must. So, and that only comes from practice. How much you practice, how much you give your marks, uh, that is what is a big game changer. For me, it was really a game changer because I had my basics right. My CAT didn't go well, but I knew for a fact that yes, my basics are good. I just need to work upon my speed and the accuracy part, and that only came from practice. Before giving snap, I only used to sit for a day maybe and just give marks, analyze them, give marks, work on my speed and how well I'm doing in the accuracy part at the speed, how we are going to compare. And that's where the practice comes in.
Yeah.
Just practice, give marks, be thorough with your preparation, do your basics well. Because omits only demand your basics to be well enough.
Absolutely. And as an insider now, do you recommend taking all three snaps, or do you think one or two is good, three is better? What's your take on that?
So, in my opinion, I would say do not take any chances. It can be your day, it can't be your day. I've been on both the sides. My cat didn't go well, so that was just one exam. And when you have a chance to give all the three exams, uh, that is just almost a good thing for you. You have the opportunity to take chances. Maybe it's not your day, so you can work on that. I believe there's a network issue at your side. I believe there was some technical or internet issues from Sir's side.
All right, I think we are.
Welcome back, sir.
Thank you so much, Tanvi, for welcoming me back. Okay, so I think I think I missed you out on the last bit, but I think Tanvi, I got your point, which is primarily to do with dedicated preparation as far as CAT is concerned in the last 60 days, and obviously focusing on speed, as far as the omits is concerned. I think very, very good. Tanvi, in fact, we've been getting a lot of messages, on the WhatsApp handles, and also a lot of messages through the YouTube channel. Also, a lot of people mentioned that, for example, Nupur mentions, Tanvi, I'm really looking forward to connect with you personally. And I told you, obviously, it's a very inspiring journey for somebody to effectively bounce back from, let's say, a 70 percentile to a 99.55 in the same season, and that too, effectively like 10-15 days, and not too far away. So I think great work, absolutely fantastic, and very, very happy and proud to be, part of the mentorship team. And very honestly, very looking forward to connecting with you again, during the entire mock PI season also. Tanvi, anything from your side which you would want to, pass on to the aspirants who are, right now preparing, a lot of them also anxious, want some tips. You've been here not so far away, not so long ago in the last year itself. So anything, any inputs from you is going to be valuable.
One thing that I would definitely want to pass on is just believe in yourself. You have a great mentor, that's for sure. So will put in a lot of efforts for you, you know, that you'll want to just listen to him, follow his classes, follow what you're saying. And that is one thing that kept me going as well. Your motivation sessions were also a major part of the journey. So just believe in yourself, do all the work that is required. And if you're doing your work well enough and doing everything that is required, you'll end up at a very, very good place. That's for sure. If you're doing your work right, and do not feel dejected about your mock scores. I've been where you are just a year before. And at that moment of time, maybe even I was watching some of the motivation videos, to say the least. You need some external motivation. Internal motivation is not the only thing that'll work. At some points, you will feel rejected or dejected and that you're not going to make it through, but just do the work and you'll end up at a good place. That's all I can say. And just when you feel low, just imagine the kind of life that you're going to have when you are in a B school. You'll have fun days, you'll have hectic days, but at the end of it, it's all going to be worth it. The journey, the process. And I must say, this journey that you've been on is preparing you for your MBA. That is just a little bit of teaser that you're having right now. So That's
Yeah.
the only thing that I
So
want to.
I think, right. So for example, Ashish is saying, how did you utilize the limited days after CAT? See, primarily, Ashish, I think, the last, the time generally after CAT mostly goes into the mocks and analyzing the mocks. In fact, that's what we had done last year also. Till all the omits were done, which was, Snap and MAT and ZAT. We're taking mocks, analyzing, sitting, through through the nights, doing decision making. That papers, decision making was a lot of fun. And winter is coming in a good way. I'd say, I think it's a great opportunity. I would really want you all to take a few lessons from this session. One obviously is, everybody who makes it to a top B school also goes through the same journey, goes through the entire process, all the rigor, all the frustration, everything which is happening, all the anxiety is something which happens with everybody. So if you are, actually there, you're not alone. Everybody has, crossed that path, and which effectively means that you do not have to give up. You have to keep pushing and remember that it is going to be worth it, because if you do not give up, if you are all honest, and if you are sincerely doing it at a daily level, from morning to night, it's certainly going to pay off. You're certainly going to go to a good B school. So do not worry about that. That's number one. Number two, do not keep your options narrow, keep your options wide. Have the portfolio diversified in terms of the kind of tests that you are taking this year, whether it is CAT, SNAP, and MAT, that at least four of these examinations you must take, so that you are certainly going to a B school this year. Remember, a little ROI here or there, or a certain company here or there is not going to matter, because you are not a लीफ जिसको हवा कहीं भी उड़ा के लेके जाएगा, तुम्हारे अंदर भी दम है. You also have a steering. You can also, for example, take yourself in a certain direction. All you require is a platform which a good B school is going to provide you, and then you are going to build a life out of that place on your own. So remember, that is something which is very important. You have the power. Do not forget, the B school is not going to do everything for you. You have to make it happen. And third most important element is, while you do this entire preparation, I'm just adding this all up, which I've learned from, stories of such amazing people. It's always okay to get, dejected at times with have, bad scores, but it's also important to keep moving. Remember, you know, the show must go on. So what is important is, give it your best, have fun, and make sure that you make this journey memorable. Maybe not for everybody else, but for yourself. And trust me, it is going to be memorable. If you really want to, see the miracle, be the miracle. Thank you so much, Tanvi, for joining. It was very lovely interacting with you, and very happy to have met you in the same frame. After all the mock PIs we had done, last year, and all the sessions we had done, for CAT and OMETs. Thank you so much for joining in. You have
Definitely, sir.
a presentation tomorrow. I know it's a tough life, but I'm pretty sure that you are tougher.
Definitely, sir. After going through everything that I've been through, I believe corporate life is going not be so difficult.
This one is a teaser for the corporate life again.
Yes, sir. But I
No,
believe we'll not be called for an interview or maybe council interviews at 3 a.m. in the morning.
yes.
That is a tough part that we are currently facing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tanvi. You have a great day ahead. I can't wish you a good night. You are in a B school, but I can certainly wish you a great day. Right? That is something which I can do.
Definitely, sir.
It's a new day. It's already 20 minutes left. 20 minutes gone. So I'm not going to take more time of yours. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll have you again here real soon on the channel, guys. If you believe that all the sessions we've been doing, whether through PYQs, whether getting such amazing people on the channel, has been helpful, make sure that you like this video, share with everybody who is feeling dejected, who is feeling left out, and is wanting to have some motivation along the way. Do subscribe to the channel for all the interesting and amazing updates coming through, for all the examinations and then GDPI. And on the entire, behalf the entire, MBA Litmus team, the entire unit, all the family of YouTube, let me thank Tanvi and wish her all the best for amazing couple of years at SIBM Pune, and wish to meet you again very, very soon, Tanvi.
Absolutely, sir. So thank you, sir, for having me here, and to all the people that are listening, all the best for your exams. Just work hard, keep pushing yourself. You'll, everyone will do great. Everyone has their good and bad days, but in the end, it's just a process. And if you believe in yourself, you're doing good work, then you'll definitely end up at a good place. That's for sure.
Thank you for
So all
that.
the best, everyone. And
Yeah.
do not just limit yourself to CAT. Keep your options open. Apply for all the colleges and all the good exams that are there. You'll get through one of them, and you'll get into a top B school, that's for sure. Because the platform that a good B school provides you, none other college can do that. That's for
Brilliant.
sure.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Tanvi. See you again very, very soon. Take care. Let's get back to work. Let's get back to studies. I think थोड़ा
Absolutely.
motivation मिल गया, थोड़ा fight मारते हैं. Bye bye. Bye,
Thanks.
Tanvi.
Thank you.